I'll tell you another brother story. This one's a bit sad. I don't know. When me and my brother were young, my dad was doing that thing where, you know when you were being taken to the dump yard, the tip or something like that? When you were a little kid, that was better than going to a football match. That was just like the best day ever. Because you never knew what you were going to find at the junkyard, did you? You'd just be there, standing on a pile of shit, going, Dad, you have to see this. We've got to take it with us. It's a fridge. It's only missing a door. So we're loading up all this stuff from out of the garage, emptying old boxes and whatnot. My brother, I don't know, I'm about 9. No, I'm about 5. My brother's about 9. My brother pulls a vibrator out of a box just like this. And my dad does that fucking dad when they're nervous walker. He goes, hey, what you got there? Right? And then Dad goes, oh, I'll take that off you. Now, as soon as we see that little walk, we know that's something fucking important. And we're just going, Dad, what is that? I have to fucking know what that is. I have to know. That is, what is it, Dad? And Dad sees his 2 sons and he sort of smiles wryly to himself and goes, it's a massager. My dad turns it on and goes, oh, that's lovely. Oh. And he goes, we'll turn that off, we'll put that back in the box, we'll put that box way back up here. Won't look at that again. Okay, about a few days later, my brother comes into my bedroom and goes, Jim, garage. And we go to the garage and then we pile all these boxes up. We get the vibrator out. It's about 40 degrees heat. And my brother looks at me and he goes, now you massage my back and I'll massage your back. Now this is a standard old brother trick. Older brothers do this. You push me on the swings, I'll push you on the swings. And what happens is you push them on the swings for like 10 minutes and then they push you for like a minute, tell you it was 10 minutes and that you're retarded and you can't read the time. So we both take our shirts off. Now we're just in our underwear, in the garage, in the dark, with a vibrator. And then I start massaging my brother's back, just. And he's giving it these ones. Whoa. And then it's my turn. I get in front. My brother holds the vibrator up. He turns it on and then he drops it on the ground and goes, you have to put it back up on the top shelf, and then he fucks off. Now, I'm 5 years old. What do? I cry, right? And I pick the vibrator up in the darkness and I just go. That's when my dad comes in. To see his 5-year-old son massaging his back with a vibrator. And I'm crying. And he comes up and he goes, has Scotty fucked you over again, mate? And I went, yeah. He goes, give it here. And he holds it up and he goes, now you see this? You're not to play with this. This is Dad's. Now that sentence has haunted me. Not that this is Mum and Dad's. This is Dad. Fuck. My brother's a mental case. He's been mental my whole childhood. He can't help himself. He's older than me, but he's just fucking wired wrong. Something in his head. I'm going to tell you, I've never told this on stage before. It probably won't go on the DVD, but this is just something funny. Me and my brothers were talking. Whenever my mother's a great big fat woman, she still is. She's 18, 19 stone or something. She'd always used to get us to go out and get the washing off the line, and she'd always be in the kitchen going, go get the washing off the line, make sure you fold everything, and yelling at us while we were doing it, right? When I was about 10 and Scott was about 14, and we used to go out there. Whenever we got her underwear off the line, we would get on either end of it and fold it like a flag. Like, if that's not funny, nothing is. So, one time, me and my brother at home, right? Just the two of us, and he's about 16, I'm about 12, and my mum and dad are out of the house, and my brother Scott is on the couch, and he looks over at me and he goes, Jim, get me a Coke. And I went, get your own fucking Coke. I'm not going to get you a Coke. And he went, get me a Coke or I'll piss on the carpet. Piss on the carpet, you mad cunt. I'm not going to get you a fucking Coke. get me a Coke or I'd piss on the carpet. I'm not going to get you a Coke. So my brother stood up, walked to the middle of the living room, which is a longer distance than getting himself a fucking Coke, pulled out his cock, started pissing on the carpet. He's looking at me going, you really should have got me a Coke. Why wouldn't you get me a Coke? Does his fly up, goes back to the couch, doesn't get himself a Coke. So I just fucking left the puddle of urine there. My mum comes home, she's fucking furious, right? Big puddle of urine. She goes, who did this? Who did it? And I went, Scott did it. She looked at Scott, she goes, what did you do that for? And he goes, I told Jim to get me a Coke or I'd piss on the carpet. And my mum turns to me and goes, why didn't you get him a Coke? You know he's fucking mental. And my dad's a weird cat, right? Good guy, he's not a cat. My parents made me get a job when I was like fucking 12 doing a paper round because there was no mines in Sydney. And I had to go around the suburbs and deliver papers, and at the end of the day I had to go to the news agency and empty all the bins out the back of the news agency into a big metal skip, and it was a fucking cunt of a job. But the only good thing about it was, at the end of the month, they used to throw away all the magazines I hadn't sold, so there was mountains of porn. Right? So I would collect these porn mags up, fill me backpack up with them, go home, take the porn mags to school, sell them off for $5 a magazine. I was making more out of my porn empire than I ever did out of the paper round. Right? Now I had a drawer under me bed that was 4 foot by 2 foot, which I packed full of porn. One day I come home, my room's been cleaned, it's fucking spotless, right? First thing I do is I run to the porn drawer, right? I open it up, empty, right? Go out to the living room. Now my mum's out there sitting in a chair. Now, did anyone have a parent that had their own chair? They were the cunty parent. They were never the nice parent, right? If you're a parent out there and you have your own chair, you're a fucking Nazi dick, right? Stop being such a fascist. Sit somewhere else. You don't control the world. So, my mum looks at me and she goes, I cleaned your room. And I went, yeah, thanks for that, Mum. But then she never mentioned anything, right? A week later, I'm out in my dad's shed and I'm hammering a nail into the bench, right? For no apparent reason, but he's a carpenter, right? If you put a nail into the bench, if he puts a table up there or something, that'll fuck the finish, right? Just being a dick. Under the bench, I saw all my porn magazines, but they were all like wet and bent and had letter sleeves on them and stuff like that, right? What's happened is my mum's cleaned my room out. She's thrown all the porn mags out in the wheelie bin. My dad has to take the wheelie bin to the end of the drive on a fucking Wednesday. He's opened it up and gone, oh, hello, collect them all up. He's gone off to his shed and wanked himself stupid. So I thought, fuck that old cunt. So I collect them all back, take them back to the drawer where they belong. Circle of life continues. Now, a few days later, I'm out in the living room, and my old man walks out and goes, you been out in my shed? And I went, yeah. You're not allowed those magazines. Neither are you. Can I have 4? My grandmother died, I think last July or something like that. She was 92, she was meant to fucking die, you know. I would have been more surprised if she did a motocross rally or something like that. Towards the end, she had like 4 strokes and she had dementia. She was just like a head in a chair, really. And she had dementia, or as I like to call it, honesty. Just old people telling the truth, thinking, I've walked this planet for 92 years, I'm sick of lying to cunts. She's taken my money, that's not my son. And she was meant to die like 2 years ago. She kept on getting strokes, kept on getting rang up by my mum going, she's got like 2 days to live, right? So she goes, you better ring your grandmother, she's going to die any minute, right? So I ring her up and say, hey grandma, how are you? And she goes, not too good. And I went, yeah, I heard that. I hear you're not doing well. Look grandma, I'm going to miss you. I love you, I'm sorry you're dying. And she went, oh, I love you too, Jim. And then I cried and I thought, well, that's that. And I put the phone down and I went back to the PlayStation, right? And then like 2 years on, she wasn't dead. What do? Do you call back? What's the protocol? Do you go, good for you, didn't think you fucking had it in you, right? Every time she was going to die as well, because my father lives in fucking Sydney and my grandmother lives in Queensland, and he would go up to bury his mum, but because of her not dying, he'd go up there, and every time he had to take time off work and all that, and every time he'd come back down, I'd ring him up and go, did Grandma die? And he'd go, nah. And I go, well, better luck next time. And she's got like 12 grandkids, and we all got the same inheritance. We all got $100. That's Australian. $100 Australian. That's fucking 38 quid, right? That's not even enough for 2 lap dances, that, right? How is her spirit meant to live on? And those people can fucking hang on forever and ever because they're worried about the afterlife. She wasn't going to fucking die. That's